Hey, what is up you guys? My name is Catherine and welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about my 10 favorite makeup and beauty products that are under $10. This is a follow-up to my 5 best beauty products under $5 video. So if you haven't already watched that, make sure you go check that out as well. So everything that I'm talking about in this video is between $5 and $10, and it is all cruelty free as well because that's how I roll. This video is actually going to be excluding foundations because I'm going to do a whole separate video ranking all of my foundations that are under $10, so stay tuned for that as well. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. I post new videos every Wednesday and Sunday. I got it right this time. Woo! And I'm currently running a giveaway for the BH Cosmetics Weekend Festival palette. It is ending at 11:59 on the day that this video is going up. It is Wednesday, August 15th. Wednesday, August 15th. So if you're watching this right when it goes live, you have 12 hours left to enter. I will link the giveaway down below, so go check that out. And let's get started with talking about some fun, affordable products. So the first thing that I'm going to be talking about is actually the most recent addition to my collection out of everything I'm talking about today. It is the e.l.f. Beautifully Bare Luminous Matte Primer. So you get 0.95 ounces of product, so almost an ounce of product. Typically, I see this selling for $8. The cheapest place that I've actually found this is Amazon, where I saw it for $3.95, which is weird because normally makeup is the same price or even more expensive on Amazon. I don't know. But this is a moisturizing primer with vitamin C and E as well as acai berry in it. So I love this because it's makeup and skincare all in one. We love when we can get steps in our routine because it covers them all. So this really is moisturizing. It just feels so nice on the skin, and it really does make a smooth canvas for putting makeup down. And even though it does have a bit of a matte finish, it's not too drying on my skin. So I've just been really loving it. I've used it every single time I've done my makeup since I've got it. I just think it's great, and I highly recommend checking it out if you have normal to dry skin. The next thing that I'm going to be talking about is the LA Girl Pro Coverage HD Illuminating White Foundation Mixer. This is technically just labeled as a liquid foundation, but it's definitely meant to be a mixer. So I just feel like this is such a great addition to make to my collection. It's normally $7 to $8 depending on where you get it and if you have coupons or whatever. And sometimes it's really hard to match your foundation. Either you're at the drugstore and there's no testers, or you're ordering online and you can't return it. So this is just really great because as long as I have the undertones right for the foundation, if it's a little bit too dark, I can add it and adjust it. And it's also just that your skin tone changes depending on the season, if you just went to the beach or whatever. So it's really, really nice to have this. It's not necessarily for people who just can't find foundations light enough for them. It's also just sometimes you just aren't good at matching your foundation, and this really does have a luminous finish. So if you have a foundation that's a little bit too matte, you can also mix some of this in as well, and it'll give it more of a dewy finish. The LA Girl Pro Coverage Foundation is very, very luminous. It almost looks oily even on my skin, and I do have normal to dry skin. So if you're someone who is more on the oily side, this might not be a good white mixer for you. I have also heard good things about the NYX White Foundation Mixer, but I personally have never tried it. But I think I've heard that that one's better for oily skin, so if you're oily, maybe check that one out. But I'm just really glad that I made this addition to my collection. It helps me be able to work with all of my foundations without having to waste my money buying a ton of different shades and everything. The next product is the Milani Eyeshadow Primer. So this retails for $7 for 0.3 ounces. Just for comparison, Urban Decay Primer Potion is 0.2 ounces. So you're actually getting more product in this. I find this to be a very similar consistency to the Urban Decay Primer Potion. I'm just going to put a little bit on the back of my hand so you can see what I'm talking about. So it's a very similar consistency. It's that sort of like thick nude base, but I personally find that my makeup actually creases less when I wear this. I feel like it's a little bit less emollient or oily or whatever, so my makeup creases less when I use this as opposed to the Urban Decay Primer Potion. This isn't just my favorite affordable eyeshadow primer, it's my favorite eyeshadow primer overall. If you're someone who sort of likes the Urban Decay Primer Potion and sort of likes the Wet n Wild eyeshadow primer, this might be the one that works for you, so I would definitely check that out. The next product that I'm going to talk about probably will come as no surprise if you're someone who's been on my channel for a little bit. It is the ColourPop No Filter Concealer. So this retails for $6, so it's pretty affordable concealer, and this is just my holy grail concealer. I have never found a concealer formula that I like more than this one. This is matte but not drying. It just gives my under eye the most beautifully smooth texture and everything. I love everything about it. I can wear it with or without powder. If I'm wearing foundation, I do powder it, but if I'm just wearing the concealer on a no foundation day, I typically won't powder it, and it still doesn't crease or slide off of my under eye, which is amazing. So I have two shades. I have the shade Light 14, so that's for when I don't want a highlighted under eye. If I'm not wearing foundation, it just pats out and it blends into my skin tone super nicely. And then I have Light 12 for when I want a more highlighted look, or sometimes I'll mix the two to get an in-between look. That's what I did today. Truly the only things that I don't like about this concealer, I don't like that it comes in a small size. You get 0.17 ounces, so it is a little bit on the smaller side of concealer. I wish they would just come out with a no filter concealer XL or something that comes in a bigger tube size, because I'd buy it in a heartbeat. And then I don't like that you can only buy it from ColourPop, because then you're either trying to hit the order minimum or you're paying for shipping. You can't even get it at Ulta, even though Ulta sells some ColourPops. Those are the two things that I don't like about it, but they have nothing to do with the formula. I absolutely love this concealer. The next product is the NYX Brow Mascara. So I use the shade Black, which is actually a brown black. It's not a true black, but I just have never found a mascara that compares to this one for me. It adds just a nice amount of thickness and definition on the eye. The brush is a decent size. It's not too big and not too small. I don't really like how small the brush is on the Essence Make Me Brow or Give Me Brow. Which one's Benefit and which one's Essence? Essence is Make Me Brow. I love that this is a cool toned one as well. It's really hard to find cool toned browns sometimes. They all are like a warm medium brown. This is gonna run you $7. I will use this either on its own for a more minimal makeup look, or I will use it over a pencil or pomade, which is what I did today. Next product is highlighters. So it is the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Loose Highlighting Powders. I'm a bug. So these are just phenomenal. They are $7. I'm absolutely in all of them. So this one's from their Gothic Graphic collection. It's the shade Moon Tears, and this one's from their new Zodiac collection. Whatever, it's the one from the Zodiac collection. So I'm just gonna swatch both of these real quick. So this is Moon Tears and this is the Zodiac one. They're very, very similar in terms of lightness, but this is more of a silvery pinky tone and this is more of a champagne toned. Both of these have been in limited edition collections and they sell out really quick. I wish Wet n Wild would take the hint and realize that they should make a permanent loose highlighter line. The Wet n Wild Zodiac one is still available as we speak. I don't know how long it will be available, but the limited edition collections can also be really hard to find in stores. So I love loose highlighters. I also have the Kylie Cosmetics loose highlighter and I love it. But what I really love about the Wet n Wild ones is that they actually can be sheared out for a more natural glow, or you can build them up for a super nice metallic look depending on what you're going for. So they're very, very versatile and you get so much product in here. It's 0.3 ounces of product, which is a lot for a loose highlighter, I believe. I don't know, actually I haven't really compared to that many, but it seems like a lot. It's lasting me a while. And because these guys are hard to find, I am also going to shout out my favorite ColourPop Super Shock highlighter. So my holy grail shade is the shade Flexitarian. These retail for $8 and you can get them from ColourPop or at Ulta. And then I believe there is also a collection of these at Sephora. I don't know if it's still there or not actually. I don't really go to Sephora. So my favorite shade is Flexitarian, and I would recommend that if you're fair or light skinned. If you have more of a medium skin tone, I think that Wisp would be great on you. And then if you're medium to deep, I think Off Tropic would be great on you. Obviously I don't have either of those two other shades to compare, but I will swatch Flexitarian really quick. So that is Flexitarian. It's super, super pretty. Has a pearlized finish. So I guess this is actually an 11 best products under 10, but we're still going to title it 10 best products under 10. Next is the NYX HD Blush in Taupe. You've probably also heard me talk about this. This is going to run you about $5 to $7, again, depending on where you get it. And this is just the perfect contour shade on me. I used to have the NYX contour palette, but I only ever used the one shade. And once I found this, I was able to get rid of it and have it stop taking up space in my collection. If you are light, fair-skinned, and you're struggling to find a cool-toned contour shade, try this. It really does just create a nice shadowy effect on the skin. I love it, and you can get it pretty much any drugstore or Ulta. Next is the Makeup Revolution Reloaded palettes. So I have the Neutrals 2. It's a very warm, peachy toned palette. This actually comes in 5 different shades, and they are $7 each. I believe one of them is a good dupe for Subculture, and one of them is a good dupe for the Modern Renaissance. I got this one because I love me some peachy shades. So I'm just honestly really blown away by these palettes. I think that the mattes are incredible. They're very soft, they're very buildable. It's not like a, oh my god, so pigmented. There's no fallout with them. Basically, if you hate the Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadow formula, you might want to check these out, because these are everything that the Anastasia Beverly Hills mattes are not. They're very, very workable. This one is a pretty boring color scheme, I'm not gonna lie, but it's just great. You can make it more colorful or more neutral. It's just, people are kind of over peach at this point. I'm not though, I love peach. Only thing is that the shimmers aren't too impressive, but I do tend to be a little hard on shimmers. I like a really, really metallic, like Shazam shimmer, so I'm sometimes overly critical. Then there's also only 3 or 4 out of 15 shades are shimmers, so I'm not upset about the fact that I don't love the shimmer formula. If you're someone who's looking to fill some gaps in your collection, or you're a beginner who doesn't really have a lot of neutral palettes, I would highly recommend checking these out. Some of them are more colorful than others. Like I said, there's a Subculture dupe that I've actually been wanting to check out, but I just, like, $7, like, look at the size of this. It's amazing. And the quality is good. Like, I have it on my eyes right now. I love it. Next is the LA Girl Just Blushing Blushes. So mine has obviously been very loved. This is the shade Just Natural. It's a very pretty peachy blush. These retail for $6. These blushes are super blendable. You're not going to run into looking like a clown because you get too much pigment right off the bat. They're very, very workable for beginners. They come in tons of shades. I do also have the shade Just Bare. It is a cool toned-ish brown shade. I use this more as a bronzer than a contour, but I'm definitely going to pick up more of these next time there's like a buy one get one half off sale, because I just really love them. It's probably my favorite blush formula. I reach for this blush more than any other in my collection, and $6, y'all. You can't go wrong. Last but most certainly not least is this Heritage Store Rosewater and Glycerin. So this is literally just vegetable glycerin, water, and rose water, and it's amazing. So this is about $8, kind of depends on where you live or where you're buying it from. So you can buy this either at Whole Foods or you can get it from Amazon. So obviously I get it on Amazon because anytime I can avoid leaving my house, I do. And this is a great dupe for MAC Fix Plus, because the top 2 ingredients in MAC Fix Plus are also water and glycerin. This does the same thing where it just adds a boost of hydration to your makeup, helps it all melt into each other, and helps your makeup just look more like skin. And you can also use it to just boost the shimmers in your eyeshadow, or to add a boost of hydration throughout the day if your skin is just feeling a little bit dry. And then this is cruelty free, which MAC is not. So it's not only a price dupe, it's a cruelty free dupe, which is awesome. We love cruelty free products, and it's so affordable. Like, it's $8 for 8 ounces. Like, that's amazing. And the ingredients list on this is so much shorter than MAC Fix Plus. So if for any reason MAC Fix Plus irritated your skin, you could also try this out. And then they do also have just a rose water spray, which I personally haven't tried because I've been doing pretty well with just this one so far, but I've heard that that one's a really good dupe for the Mario Babadook rose water. I can't personally vouch for that, but it's worth a shot if you've been looking for a dupe for that. I'll link that one down below as well. If you're gonna get one thing from this video, I would get this. It truly is such good value for the money. Like, it's like, I can't talk about how much I love this. It smells amazing, it makes my skin feel amazing, it makes my makeup look amazing. You truly cannot go wrong with this. So that is it. That was my 10 products plus the bonus ColourPop highlighter. I hope you guys liked this video. I hope I gave you guys some nice affordable product ideas. If you guys have tried any of these products and you do like them, let me know down below. Or if you have any other favorite products that are under $10, let me know that down below. I always love checking out affordable, cruelty-free items. Don't forget to enter my giveaway. Love you guys. I will see you on Sunday.